Hello and welcome back to another Total War Warhammer 2 Battle Report video. Today we're looking at a match between me playing as the Vampire Counts versus my opponent playing as the Empire. Now just so you guys know, my middle mouse button has been acting up a bit. Actually right as I was playing this beginning of this match. I've been having to press it down really hard to be able to move the camera. If I do it with my index finger it works, but normally I do it with my middle finger. And I have to push down. It's a lot harder to do it. It's been kind of inconsistent. So you might see a couple times where I'm trying to move the screen like this and it just won't move. But without further ado, let's go over the builds. So you can see my army. I brought with me a not really that odd vampire count army at all. Maybe my chill guys are kind of odd, but otherwise, I brought with me 5 units of zombies and a line of 5 Graveguard. Really, that's just an extremely standard build. I brought Manfred von Karstein on a zombie dragon, 2 units of Fellbats, and I brought the Chillgeist, which are the regiment renowned for Hex Wraiths. I wish I did not take them and took Blood Knights instead. However, over here you actually have a unit of actual Blood Knights, which I should have taken over there because Blood Knights are really, really good. My opponent has brought with him 4 units of Flagellants, which I deeply, deeply underestimated. 2 units of Spearmen, 4 units of Spearmen with Shields, my apologies, 2 units of Great Swords, the Sunmaker, which is a Hellstorm rocket batteries. He brought an Empire Captain, Boris Todbringer as his general, and he brought the Tempelhof Luminarch, which is a regiment of renowned Luminarch of Hysh. So without further ado, let us get started. So the second I saw those artillery fire, I knew, alright, I have to go and attack. Vampire Counts obviously don't have any ranged weapons anyway, so this was probably what was going to happen regardless. However, I was actually kind of fine with him firing because he was just shooting straight into my zombie horde. Now one thing is I always like to have, and due to the way this Empire player is playing his army, I have total map control. Well, actually, in a way I do, and in a way I don't. I am basically being forced into having to attack because he has this artillery. That's really one of the reasons that artillery is so good, is you can use middle mouse button, still being kind of odd, is that you can basically force your opponent to do whatever you want. As you can see, he did use the net of Amnitoc there on my Hex Wraiths, which I forgot to move away. He did shoot them with his Luminarch. And I guess, ooh, that one got a lot more kills. Yeah, and I always forget to move them away after my units get hit by the net of Amnioc. Yeah, and also I noticed the screen sometimes moving. God damn it. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see over here, I have Manfred moving in. Now, he did reposition right here, which was a good idea on his part, and I was a bit afraid of that Luminarch, although I was not paying good attention. So I just have my zombie dragon just floating right here. I should have focused on killing the Luminarch, and I did not do that. Over here you can see Fellbats are they're just floating. I don't know how many of them are dead. Maybe been hit by the mortar. Blood Knights, they're just positioning. Probably should be facing the other way. In come the Chillgeist, who dodged that shot real quick. And in come my zombie and Graveguard horde. He does pull back some of his great swords and some of his spearmen. A good idea on his part. And good shot there with his rocket battery. I do cast a spell, and I thought it was going to move down that way, and it never did. In fact, it killed some of these Flagellants, although I didn't really kill too much of anything else. Over here you can see I decide, alright, now I cast down the Dragon Breath there on the Great Swords, and I go and I start attacking the Sunmaker. I have Manfred here fighting these Spearmen. Because in come the Blood Knights, and the Blood Knights for some reason decided they just wanted to walk into those Spearmen, where Manfred then gets a huge shot taken from that Luminarch, which very much scared me. And in come the Boris Todbringer and the Empire Captain. I really should have pulled them out before after immediately getting that shot, and I should really do it now, and I don't. The Flagellants are engaging the zombies and the Graveguard. One thing about the flagellants, they're not going to rout. I actually don't think they can. I think they may actually be unbreakable. I'm not 100% sure. Over here, the Chillgeists are fighting these Spearmen. I mean, the Spearmen aren't really killing them, but the Chillgeists just aren't doing enough damage. And as you can see, these Blood Knights didn't actually charge these Spearmen yet again, which made me very, very unhappy. Luminarch taking a lot of damage, and as you see, I'm trying to pull Manfred back, but I do not pull him back far enough. Any second now, he's probably going to shoot Manfred out of the sky. Sniped, and rest in peace, Manfredo. So that, as a Vampire Counts player, losing your general is almost all of the time a death sentence. But, like, you're pretty much going to lose after that. And at this point, I was pretty sure I was. I wasn't going to give up. So I do send in my Blood Knights here to support the Spearmen so I can free the Chillgeists up. I was going to send them... I was going to send them over here before. However, now, after freeing the Chillgeists up, I'm going to send them in too. And in go the Chillgeists, who... they just don't deal enough damage. I do think they cause fear, though. So the Flagellants and these Spearmen actually were doing very well, although I think they're primarily fighting zombies. As you can see, this unit of Flagellants over here, they have 5 men. And they're just holding up all of my forces. And that Luminarch is still roaming around. Hellstorm Battery, the guys are off it, but they're not gone. Obviously, the Empire Captain, these Spearmen, and Boris Todbringer himself are still alive and kicking. Some of the Spearmen are coming back, and at this point I was super, super worried with good reason. What the heck? I need to figure out what's wrong with my mouse. So he actually charges with it as Luminarch. Now, we can't tell. That probably wasn't a charge. That was probably just him like dragging it through. Was it? I don't know. I guess you can hit for it to do melee. You can see him charging up another Luminarch shot. He is just driving right through these Graveguard. However, I do manage to kind of tie down the Luminarch, which is what I wanted to happen. Graveguard and zombies are holding down the Empire Captain and Boris Todbringer. I am bringing some of my other zombies around. And what I'm doing now is my Chillgeists are going to be gone very soon. The Blood Knights, however, are still in pretty good health, and they can deal a whole lot of damage. What I gotta do is I just gotta keep charging. And that made me I didn't even notice that happen. That might be why they all stopped charging, because they hit the artillery piece. I forget exactly what it's called. Where you can see one Flagellant, and they finally get him. These Graveguard, however, cannot stand up to these Spearmen. And eventually the Graveguard are going to start crumbling. Here I do send in the Chillgeists, although I do not expect them to get a whole lot of kills just because they haven't been doing it very well. And they're pretty much dead. Which I think if they were Blood Knights, maybe it would probably be different. Graveguard come in here and support the Blood Knights against the Spearmen. In comes the Luminarch, knocking over a whole bunch of the Graveguard. At this point, I know I need to kill off the Spearmen. They're the biggest threats to the Blood Knights, and the Blood Knights can be free. Then this is one match for me. The Spearmen are what I'm afraid of. Graveguard are coming around. I'm surprised they were at critical binding. Although I guess since most of my other army is dead, and so is Manfred, that shouldn't be surprising to me. Blood Knights are coming around. Blood Knights are still going. And they stop. I don't think I intentionally set them up against that, so I do start pulling them back, because here comes a big unit of great swords, small unit of great swords, and a medium. Well, I guess still a decent sized unit of spearmen. However, I know that the spearmen may be good at ending anti-large, but they're still going to be pretty... Alright. Okay, for a second there my WASD keys gave out. This is not good. So Blood Knights do get a good charge off on these spearmen, and I like how the ghost corpses are there. So the Blood Knights are going to be free to wreak havoc upon these spearmen. They do get them the break. Empire Captain is... Alright, I think I just need to restart my computer. Empire Captain is taking a lot of damage, and he does break. Great Swords are being able to deal some damage, but the Blood Knights come back, and none of them really get any good charge off because some of them are tangled up. However, at this point they are all starting the break, and at this point I'm thinking I'm probably still gonna lose, just because I mean he probably won't have to kill a lot of them to get them the break. Though surprisingly, a number of my units were at good or stable binding. So now that Boris is all tied up, the Blood Knights are free to play. So what I want to do now is just start chasing down these great swords. But I also decide to stop, and I'll take out the Empire Captain. Now what I want to do is with these single units, I need to charge them, pull back, preferably before they get back up. I also hate it when this happens, when like one of the Blood Knights or something would get stuck behind one of them, and charge again. Oh, I don't know why they didn't knock him down that time. And they do kill the Empire Captain. Here comes some spearmen and some great swords. Decide to finish off these great swords. You see my Graveguard just holding off against Boris. Blood Knights get a good charge off of those on those great swords and are just slaughtering them wholesome. Blood Knights are charging even more. Yeah, I love the way Blood Knights look, by the way. Them and the Red Duke. I hope they move Heinrich Himmler to Busilon and then make the Red Duke a playable Legendary Lord. I would love it. Oh, there's already... What is there? There's Manfred, Helman Gorst, Heinrich Himmler, Vlad von Karstein, and Isabella von Karstein. That's 5 Legendary Lords for the Vampire Counts. Well, to be fair, the Red Duke is already pretty much completely in the game. He just needs unique skills, which a modder could even do. Actually, I guess it's fine just doing it with mods. Oh, I would never pay for the Red Duke. It would be a free one. But they're probably not going to do it, if they do it at all. Well, obviously, if they don't do it at all, they're really not going to do it. So here at this point, I'm just like, alright, everything's gone. Now I just have to kill Boris. So I charge in my Blood Knights, and I'm kind of just hoping that I can get good charges in, seeing if they deal any damage. And then eventually I do pull them back. Eventually. Yep, there we go. Blood Knights are pulling back because I just need to use my charges. And I think he actually killed a couple of my Blood Knights, which is not good. And Blood Knights were in weak binding, which I was really afraid of. And you can see my Graveguard are starting to crumble. It was not good because I was really afraid that if the Graveguard completely crumbled and were all gone, that the Blood Knights would not be long after. Boris Todbringer, however, is very low on health, so I get another charge in. Graveguard are almost all gone now. However, he is so weak. He starts to flash, and at this point I was getting excited, and I was like, oh boy. In come the Blood Knights again, and they knock down Boris. Again, Blood Knights being too cool for school. Just are able to finally pull back again. However, now the Graveguard are all gone at this point. I was like, oh no. Oh no. And I get another charge in, and I did not know that was going to happen because he just murdered 2 Blood Knights in one go because... He was apparently, I guess, if they're the Legendary Lords, well, just any HQ character, like any single character like that is attacking. I guess they don't get knocked over. However, Blood Knight's coming in again, and I guess that one didn't work for him that time, and immediately back out. And that's just what I needed to do, just keep cycle charging him. And the Blood Knights are definitely the MVP of this match. And again, they knock Boris down. I decide maybe I don't really need to change their direction. However, then I get 2 Blood Knights who get stuck behind him. And he kills both of them by kicking them right in their horse's shins. And in come the Blood Knights again. Victory is in our grasp. And I think you can tell who's going to win the battle at this point. So let's take actually a look at the unit, how all the units did for each army. Luminarch didn't get a lot of kills, but obviously those kills were against like Chillgeist, and obviously he got Manfred. Manfred got 79 kills, which although that's a good decent amount of kills, those were all spearmen, and for Manfred that's nothing for the potential he could have had. Zombies, really one of them got 23 kills. Zombies did exactly as I expected. I didn't care if they got any kills. Graveguard, other than the one getting 46, they all did pretty much how I expected them to. Chillgeist did better than I thought. Bats did pretty much exactly how I thought they would, because they really just meant to chase things down or just hold up things. Blood Knights pulling it through with 203 kills, especially because a lot of those were great swords. And Spearmen, my Blood Knights were the MVP of this match. I think if I dropped the Chillgeist and made them Blood Knights, this would have been a much different game. Boris, 116 kills, a lot of Graveguard. In fact, I'd say the vast majority of them are Graveguard. Empire Captain, good amount of kills, zombies and Graveguard. The one Spearman got 102 kills, and I don't care if those were zombies, that's still good. Flagellants did amazing. Even if some of them were just killing zombies, they held down for so long. One unit of Great Swords did pretty bad, the other did decent. And of course, we can't forget his good old Hellstorm Rocket Battery, which did a pretty good job. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace!